It's time to hit the hardwood.
Over to Tamayo, right wing three on the way. Bang! 3-ball!
On the Toad Streaming Network, this is Horned Toad Basketball.
Inbound for Garcia right now. Back over to Love now. Finds Garcia in the right corner. Bounce pass over to Marshall, the low post. Back over to crossover to Garcia. Right wing three. It goes in!
Now at the call of the game, here's Brian Welch.
We are inside Tulare County. It is two teams that won the section title 2 years in a row. It was Strathmore in 2025, Coalinga in 2024, and they meet today on the hardwood in Tulare County. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Welch, the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in, and welcome to the Horned Toad pregame show. Coalinga 3-1 overall on the season. Last time out, the Toads took down the Generals of Shafter at home 54-47. It was a back and forth first half with the Toads trailed by one going into the break 19-18. But in the second half, the Horned Toads found ways to shoot the ball well from beyond the arc, especially with a Damon Tamayo 3 and a Patrick Salazar 3. And the Horned Toads played well in that fourth quarter, a 10-0 run to pull away from the Generals at the Toads gym. But today is a new challenge. Horned Toads taking on Strathmore. First meeting between the two programs, and it is head coach Jason McFarland going up against first-year head coach Eli Garver. It's the Spartans taking on the Horned Toads. Horned Toads right now looking to try to get some momentum after this. The Toads have to welcome in Exeter on a Tuesday night, and this is going to be the next couple of games, and especially this game is going to be a big barometer for the Horned Toads in this 2025-26 season. Take a look at the opposition. The Horned Toads taking on Strathmore, 2-4 overall in the season. Strathmore led by first-year head coach Eli Garver. Eli Garver used to be the head coach at Exeter, but now he takes over the reins of a program that went to the section finals last year and won it in Division 5 at Selland Arena in February. And this is a Spartan squad that has had a very difficult start to 2025. They're 2-4 overall. They picked up their second win of the season with a big victory against Wasco, a 61-36 victory against the Tigers in this very gym. And this is a Strathmore squad that has scheduled a lot of hard opponents in this early 2025-26 season. The Toads are going to see Golden West, as the Spartans saw Golden West as well earlier in the season. And Strathmore also saw the Spartans, as Spartans saw the Trailblazers of Golden West as well as Fresno Christian High School. And Strathmore taking on Coalinga. I'd like to welcome you to the Horned Toad pregame show, where I was able to sit down with head coach Jason McFarland. Horned Toads getting their warm-up shots in right now, wearing the black jerseys with the orange numbering of pride across their back. And Toads out in front on their chest. That conversation with head coach Jason McFarland's coming up right after the break. It is a great Saturday afternoon for basketball in Tulare County. This gym right now, it's around 1,000, but there's a very small and compact gym. Picture the gym from Hoosiers. And it's going to be a very loud gym, as head coach Eli Garver talked to me about that before the game. So this is going to be a good crowd rolling in for this one. Spartans wearing their white jerseys, Horned Toads wearing their black jerseys. Two teams that have won the last two section crowns colliding today. Who's going to win? Coalinga taking on Strathmore. More of the Horned Toad pregame show right after this. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Horned Toad pregame show. This is our one-on-one conversation with head coach Jason McFarland. Coach, how are you? Another basketball game, my friend.
Yeah, doing great. Finally got that loss off that Max Preps website, so now when I turn it on, I can see a win now. So, yeah, I'm doing much better now.
Coach, we were talking about this on Tuesday night in our post-game interview about how that game was. Your team trailed it by one at the break, but that second half, your team found a way to win.
Yeah, we weren't playing our best basketball in the first half. We were taking some ill-advised shots and quick shots, not necessarily shots that we don't want to take, but just not in that moment in the shot clock. We got into them at half and kind of, let them know that that's not how we're going to play, and they came out and played really well in the second half. A much better, more like what we're supposed to do, and we're proud of that. So, yeah, the second half was good.
And especially a 10-0 run in the fourth quarter kind of sealed the deal. And especially you liked how Damon Tamayo played, especially from beyond the arc. But also you talked about this on Tuesday in the postgame show about how greedy he gets in the low post.
Yeah, he's going to get what he needs to get to. one of the things we talked to about him, I told him at halftime, man, you can't let the defense dictate where you're getting your shots. You got to get to your spots. You got to score because you have that ability. As soon as you start taking shots that the defense wants you to take, you're basically saying they're so good that you can't get to your spots. So it's really about him realizing how good he is and knowing that he's going to force his will on them as opposed to the other way around.
And this is the most wonderful time of the year. I mean, multiple basketball games going on. You have a big tournament next week in Corcoran. But a Saturday game, you don't normally see a Saturday game until you get into the month of January when you do the showcases. But how special is it to have a Saturday game in December?
Yeah, it's nice. We try to play a lot of Saturdays just in hopes of maybe mimicking what we ultimately, our goal is to get to Selland Arena, and it's oftentimes a Saturday for our division. I don't actually know exactly what it will be this year. I haven't looked that far ahead, but we've been trying to schedule that for years, get as many Saturday games as we can just to kind of make sure our guys are ready to play in that situation where there's no school. Your clock gets a little bit messed up. So we kind of want to throw things at our guys so they're prepared for everything.
And especially take me through that routine for a Saturday game as a coach, and also try and get the team across the valley to Strathmore.
Number one, we like to get them in the gym early before we leave. Get the ones that we can. Unfortunately, we have to pick kids up in Huron, so those guys don't get the luxury of coming to the shoot around before we leave. We'll do a little walkthrough shoot, and then get on the bus and take the long trip across the valley. And our guys are so used to traveling because everywhere we go is far. So. That's just the routine we try to employ. But if we have to go too early on a Saturday, we skip the walkthrough and the shoot around. So, that's kind of our normal routine on a Saturday.
And let's talk about your opponent, Coach. It is Strathmore. They are 2-4. They are led by first-year head coach Eli Garver. You and Coach Garver have a lot of history. He was a part of that Exeter team that won the Valley title way back in the day against your squad. A lot of memories there. He was a part of the Exeter program, now part of Strathmore. They are defending D5 champs. You were D5 champs in 2024. It feels like a title fight. Am I right, Coach?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Strathmore is really talented. They've got a good core returning from last year's championship team. Eli and I go back far. He has real fond memories of 2013. Mine are not as fond. But yeah, we've had fun coaching against each other. He coached at Exeter for the last few years, and we kind of decided we'd keep this thing going when he got the Strathmore job, and we're excited about it. He's a good guy. Love coaching against him. He's just a good young man. So, yeah, he's fun to coach against.
And we were talking about this before we hit the record button. This is a team that likes to shoot the three ball well. They like to pull the mid-range jumper. What's that message to your team to have a good defensive strategy against this Spartan squad?
Well, it's really been our bugaboo. Like against Templeton, we let them shoot uncontested shots. We were non-competitive on too many shots, and so we went back to the grind, and I feel like we've improved that significantly. Now, will it show up tomorrow? I hope so, or today, whatever this is. I'm sorry, I'm getting old. If it shows up or not, hopefully it does. I feel like we'll be prepared to contest both the mid-range and the 3-point. I mean, really, their threat is the high post, and then when you have a high post threat, you tend to open up some threes if you're not careful on defense. So we're definitely ready for that part of it.
So you're saying you should throw the kitchen sink defensively at Strathmore, right?
This team's a little different than my years past. We used to basically roll out the ball and say, all right, go guard them man-to-man, and we had some athletes that just could do that, and it was fun, and like they had what we call recoverability because they'd make mistakes defensively and just recover because they're so good athletically. This group's a little bit less athletic, but can handle probably more different things to throw at teams. So we've implemented a lot of stuff, and I feel like we're prepared to throw whatever is necessary at a team. So yeah, I mean we're planning on doing a few different things against Strathmore. We'll see which identity works the best for us. We're still trying to figure that out too. What are we going to be a zone trapping team? Are we going to be a straight man? Or are we going to have we know we're going to be in the gap, so if we're in man, so that works well with our zone principles as well. So I mean we will play tough on defense. What defense we play, that might be the trick.
Coach, I always ask you this question: keys to victory.
Getting to the shooters, making them put it on the floor, and don't give up straight line drives on defense. Control your defensive boards, of course. That's always a big one that we preach, because you can't get a stop without the ball on a rebound. So the other side of it is offensively, we really want to control the turnovers. Don't turn it over, and take the shots that we want, not the ones that they want us to take. So that's a big key. And then obviously hitting the offensive glass. Nehemiah Mahia is an absolute animal on the offensive boards, and I just watch. I love watching him just go get it. So it's like I just turn him loose and say, "Go do it. Go do your thing." So yeah, I'm excited about watching that.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. Coach, good luck on Saturday. Safe travels to Tulare County. I'll see you after the game. All right.
Looking forward to it, man. I'll see you there.
Yes, sir. That's head coach Jason McFarland. When we come right back after this, we have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. It's Saturday Hoops in Tulare County at Strathmore taking on Coalinga. Horned basketball on the Toad Streaming Network. It is Saturday afternoon hoops in Tulare County. It is Coalinga taking on Strathmore. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. We're getting ready to bring you the action. Give you that starting lineup for both Strathmore and Coalinga. Ball is about to be tipped off. It's Isaiah Colungo, Aaron Jones, Deanna Breens, Flynn Stradher, and Nico Martinez, starting five for Strathmore. Patrick Salazar, Damon Tamayo, Colin McDaniel, Devin Contreras, and Eddie Moreno, the starting five for your Horned Toads. Pull up your favorite chair. Saturday afternoon hoops on the east side of the San Joaquin Valley. Horned Toads in black, Spartans in white for this one. Contreras in the circle with Coalinga. Tip-off is won by Strathmore. They're moving the ball to our right. Coalinga, Jones, Abri, Stradher, and Martinez. Starting five, three on the way. Left corner, that's going to go off the rim by Stradher. Rebound, Coalinga. Horned Toads moving the ball to our left. Salazar, Tamayo, McDaniel, Contreras, and Moreno. Starting five for the Toads. Tamayo now, and the ball's on the floor. Deanna Breens with the steal, and Strathmore gets the ball back for their second possession. No score in the first. Nico Martinez to the right side, hands it off to Deanna Breens, right of center. Guarded by Eddie Moreno, chest pass to the left side. That's going to be a right wing three off the heel, off that front iron by Nico Martinez. Horned Toad basketball in transition. Colin McDaniel, left-hand runner, and that's going to be good. And it's a 2-0 lead, Coalinga. Toads with the early lead. Coalinga with the basketball to the right side. Screen setup, goes to the right block, trying to drive in. Overhead pass to the left side. Nico Martinez pulls for a left wing three on the way, and he rattles it home. And it's a 3-2 lead for Strathmore. Minute gone by in the first. Horned Toads with the basketball, and they trail by one. Tamayo to the right side, down the right lane, and he draws the foul. Did not see who got that foul, but it's first team foul for Strathmore. Inbound for the Toads. Devin Contreras cannot get it to go. Rebound for Strathmore. Horned Toads going back on the defensive side. Coalinga with the basketball. The senior guard. Chest pass over to Stradher. Chest pass over once again. Nico Martinez to the left side. Coalinga to the right side. Hands it off over to Aaron Jones. Jones of a right-hand dribble. Now goes on the left hand to the top. Chest pass to the right side over to Coalinga. Coalinga for a right wing three, and that rolls around the rim, and it's not going to go. Rebound, Coalinga. Tamayo in transition, lobs it over to McDaniel. McDaniel spins around. McDaniel overhead pass now to Eddie Moreno. Moreno with a left wing three on the way. He drains the three. Moreno connects. 5-2 Coalinga. 5-3 Coalinga, I should say. Nico Martinez to the right side. Left-hand dribble, chest pass over to Coalinga. Coalinga with the right hand was the team leader last year in the section finals run for Strathmore. Deanna Brees to the right of center. Left-hand dribble, overhead pass to Coalinga to the left corner. Penetrates left baseline, guarded by Colin McDaniel. 10 on the small timer. Stradher to the left wing. Stradher looking over to the left side of Coalinga. Coalinga now right-hand dribble. 5 to shoot. Bounce pass over to Nico Martinez. Working on Damon Tamayo. Spin for a 15-footer off the glass. And that's a shot clock violation. Good lockdown defense for Coalinga. Horned Toads with the basketball and the lead of 5-3 Coalinga. Horned Toads in their black jerseys moving the ball to our left. Chest pass to Eddie Moreno to the left wing. Hands it off to Patrick Salazar. Right-hand dribble. Yo-yos the ball. Goes to the right side. It gets it over to Damon Tamayo. A little bit of contact there. No whistle. Damon Tamayo, left-hand dribble, goes to the left wing. Chest pass over to Patrick Salazar. Left corner three on the way. Airs it out. Moreno with the actually Contreras with the rebound. Moreno for a three from the right wing. Airs it out. And the rebound by Patrick Salazar cleans it up. 7-3 Coalinga. Greens with the basketball. Left-hand dribble down the left side. Stops, looking, kicks it back over to Aaron Jones. Pulls for a right of center two. Bounces around a couple of times. And it goes in. 7-5 Coalinga. Under 5 to play in the first. Tamayo with the basketball in the front court. Chest pass to Eddie Moreno. Moreno bounce pass to Devin Contreras. Back over to Colin McDaniel. Patrick Salazar from the right side wanted a three. Now pulls the trigger for a three. Off the front iron, no. Rebound for Dion and Breens and Strathmore. Coalinga now with the basketball. Left-hand dribble. Goes to the left side. Overhead pass, Aaron Jones. Penetrates left baseline. Spins, looking, pressure. Double team by Contreras and Salazar. Moves around the arc. Pulls for a right of center three by Dion and Breens, but it does not go. And it's a turnover for Strathmore. 4:25 remaining in the first quarter. So James Kiefer checks into the game. Nehemiah Mayha checks in. Kiefer for Strathmore, Mayha for Coalinga. 4:22 to go, first quarter. Horned Toads lead by 2, 7-5. And a whistle, and now it's a scoring table issue. Clock not moving. Still Horned Toad basketball, 4:20 to play in the first. And right now, if you like what you've seen so far, good Eddie Moreno three. But this Toad right now, Toad squad, trying to find some more offense, you know. Good matchup and a good barometer for the Toads on this Saturday afternoon. And now the referees still at the scorer's table, talking to the head scorekeeper, who's operating the scoreboard today. 7-5 Coalinga, 4:15 to play in the first. So the Toads get the basketball once again. Two good friends, Eli Garva and head coach Jason McFarland, sharing a laugh about the clock issue. Now we go back to work once again. Horned Toads with the basketball, moving the ball to our left. Inbound for Devin Contreras. Damon Tamayo handles it. Right-hand dribble, goes to the top. Looking, right of center. Damon, right-hand dribble, bounce pass over to Contreras in the right corner. Left-hand dribble being pressured by Dion Breeze. Goes to the right side, back to Eddie Moreno at the top. Left-hand dribble, works in the high elbow. Chest pass now to Tamayo. Tamayo from the left wing, lobs it over to Moreno, and it's intercepted. It was Nico Martinez with the steal. Dion Breeze down the right side. A right-hand layup does not go, and that's going to be out of bounds. And that is Coalinga basketball, so a little bit of a low-hanging fruit right there for Strathmore. 3:47 to play, first quarter. Horned Toads 7, Strathmore 5. Tamayo with the basketball, right-hand dribble, hands it off to Eddie Moreno. Right-hand dribble, goes to the right side, hands it off to Damon, and a whistle, and that's a moving screen on Eddie Moreno, so the Horned Toads turn the ball over. They still have the lead, 7-5, 3:37 remaining in the first quarter. So it's Tamayo, Nehemiah Mayha, Patrick Salazar, Devin Contreras. Now Colin McDaniel checks back in for Eddie Moreno, I should say. McDaniel in for Moreno. Coalinga takes him to the front court, greeted by Nehemiah Mayha. Screen set up by Geifer. Chest pass down to Nico Martinez. Chest pass over to Coalinga at the top. Right-hand dribble now for Coalinga, guarded. Plenty of time on the small timer now. Yo-yo's the ball at the right hand, goes to the left side, goes into that left corner. Coalinga now from the left wing. Overhead pass now to De La Cruz. Good feed to the back door. That's going to go in for Diego Abrines, and we're all tied up at 7 apiece. First tie of the evening. Horned Toads trying to get the lead back. Tamayo with the right-hand dribble. Goes to the right side. Bounce pass over to McDaniel, and that's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say that's off of a Toad. Strathmore basketball, 2:55 to play, first quarter. It's been a low-scoring affair. A little bit of miscues on both sides. Strathmore's had only one lead so far. They led 3-2 in the early going. 2:46 to play in the first. Coalinga at the top. Overhead pass now to the right side. A three on the way by Giefer. Does not go. Rebound Coalinga. Horned Toads in transition, moving the ball to our left. Tamayo at the top. Right-hand dribble goes to the right side. Now to the right wing. Pulls for a three on the way. Off the front iron, no. And a rebound won by Giefer. And Giefer, only a sophomore, has the size, probably 6'2". Coalinga down the left side. Right-hand runner does not go. Contested rebound, won by Coalinga. Tamayo in transition. Goes to the top, spins down the left side, drives in, and he cannot get the and one, but he draws the foul. He'll shoot two. So it's going to be on Deanna Breen's first personal, second team foul. Now, Horned Toads have not committed a foul yet. First one by Damon Tamayo does not go off the hill. Still tied up at 7, 2:13 to play, first quarter. And new Tucker Corona checks in for the first time this afternoon, I should say. Horned Toads looking for the lead from David Tamayo. Off the front iron, no. Rebound for Coalinga. Nico Martinez in transition. Right-hand dribble, overhead pass now to his teammate of De La Cruz. De La Cruz now from the right side. Bounce pass in the right block. Geifer, chest pass Nico Martinez. Pulls for a right wing three. Off the front iron, no. Rebound for Coalinga. Snatched away by Tucker Corona. Tamayo takes it across the timeline. Left-hand dribble goes on the left wing. Screen set up by Devin Contreras. Bounce pass over to Contreras. Drives in. Pulls for a 7-footer off the window and in for the deuce. 9-7 Coalinga, 1:44 to play, first quarter. So Coalinga takes it across the timeline, goes in the front court, greeted by Tucker Corona, lobs it over to the right side, penetrates right baseline as De La Cruz, and a whistle and a foul. So we get our first personal on the Toads this afternoon. So Damon Tamayo picks up his first personal, first team foul of the quarter. Inbound baseline right for Coalinga. Coalinga looking for somebody open. Lobs it over to De La Cruz, can't handle it. Deanna Breeze has to track that one down. Good tight roping there. Keeps it in play. Right-hand dribble at the top. Deanna Breeze down the right side, pulls for a 15-footer off the heel, no. Ball swatted away, trying to get the rebound. De La Cruz snatches it away. Down the lane, left baseline, does not go. Rebound Nehemiah Mayhaw. Horned Toads in transition. Tamayo gets it back over to Tucker Corona. Back over to Tamayo to the right side. Pulls it for a right wing three. Off the front iron, no. Reaching, that's going to be a contested rebound. Won by Nehemiah Mayhaw. Back over to Tucker Corona. Now the left side. Here comes Tamayo. Drives in with a right hand finish. Good. 11-7 Coalinga. Under a minute remaining in the first. Three on the way by Coalinga. Off the left iron, no. Rebound for Damon Tamayo. Toads in transition. Bounce pass to Colin McDaniel. Left hand finish. Good. How about that? 6-0 run for the Toads, 13-7 Coalinga. 42 seconds remaining in the first. Coalinga with the basketball, right-hand dribble. Lobs it over to Breeze. Breeze the free throw stripe. Back over to De La Cruz. Back over to Coalinga. Coalinga now with a right-hand dribble. Chest pass to Nico Martinez. Back over to Coalinga at the top. De La Cruz on the left wing. Right-hand dribble. Back over to Breeze. Pulls for a 17-footer, and he gets it in there. And he breaks a 6-0 drought. It's a 13-9 game, 4-point advantage for Coalinga. 13 seconds remaining. Shot clock is on. Tamayo pulls for a left wing three. Deep from the left side. Does not go. Off the front iron. Rebound by Kiefer. 2 seconds remaining. Coalinga over to Breens. Breens for a right wing three. And that's how the first quarter comes to a close. And how about that? Horned Toads on a 6-0 run. They lead by 4, 13-9 against Strathmore. Second quarter action coming up right after this. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Coalinga 13, Strathmore 9. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in. How about this? A 6-0 run to close out the first quarter. Coalinga leads by 4, 13-9. So on the floor for the Toads, Eddie Moreno, Colin McDaniel, Tucker Corona, Devin Contreras, and Nehemiah Mayhaw. On the floor for Strathmore, Nico Martinez, as well as Deanna Breens, and also Matthew Gonzalez. Aaron Jones and Coalinga. Isaiah Coalinga, the senior. Horned Toads with the first inbound and possession of the second quarter. Moreno now, bounce pass to Nehemiah Meha. Right-hand dribble, hands it out over to Colin McDaniel. Trying to handle it now, being pressured on the floor, and it's stolen away. Coalinga in transition with the steal for Strathmore. Bounce pass over to Gonzalez, and it does not go. Rebound for Coalinga to the right side for Strathmore. Fresh new small timer for the Spartans. 3 on the way by Nico Martinez, and he connects for 3 from downtown. It's a 13-12 game. Coalinga leads by 1. Colin McDaniel across the timeline to our left. Goes to the right side. Chest pass to Eddie Moreno. Moreno now. Chest pass to Tucker Corona. One-hand pass to Colin McDaniel. Left-hand dribble. Goes to the right of center. Colin McDaniel down the left side. Mishandles it. And it's intercepted by Coalinga. Coalinga in transition. Goes to the right block. Pulls for a J. Off the left iron. No. Snatched away by Tucker Corona for Coalinga. Horned Toads lead by 1. 13-12. Under a minute gone by in that first half. Devin Contreras now at the basketball. Right-hand dribble, hands it off to Colin McDaniel. Bounce pass over to Eddie Moreno, the left wing. Moreno looking, left-hand dribble. Goes to the left, chest pass to Contreras. Contreras, left to center, chest pass to Colin McDaniel again. McDaniel now from the left to center. Tucker Corona with the basketball. 8 seconds to shoot on the small timer. Spins, looking, back over to Contreras at the top. Left-hand dribble. Contreras wants a step back, left wing 3 on the way. Off the glass, no. Rebound, Aaron Jones. Strathmore could take the lead away with this possession. They trail by 1. Jones to the left side, chest pass to Coalinga, overhead pass to Nico Martinez. Martinez's 3 from the right wing does not fall. Rebound, Nehemiah Meha. Horned Toads starting to feel a little bit of that pressure from Strathmore. Head coach Jason McFarland telling the guys, hey, calm down here, guys. Slow it down. Contreras now from the right side, right-hand dribble, goes to the top, spins, looking, chest pass to Colin McDaniel, to the right wing, guarded by a Breeze. Right of center, looking, overhead pass down to Moreno. Moreno now left-hand dribble down the lane, right-hand finish, off the glass and in for the deuce. 15-12 Toads. 5:46 to go, first half. Breens in the transition, overhead pass to Aaron Jones to the right side for Strathmore. Jones now, bounce pass, ball slapped away. Gonzalez gets it back over to Bree. Overhead pass now to Martinez. Martinez from the left side wanted to pull for a 3, does not go, didn't want to go for it. Gonzalez now feeds it over to Breen, 7-footer off the heel, no. Rebound for Coalinga. And the bread and butter for Strathmore has been the mid-range, but that has not been falling yet. Contreras the basketball, left-hand dribble. Now yo-yos the ball at the right. 5:12 to play in the first half. Contreras now at the top. Mishandles it, gets it back, just pass to Moreno, pulls for a left wing 3 on the way. Air ball, rebound Nehemiah Meha, draws the foul going up. That's on Matthew Gonzalez, his first personal, first team foul of the quarter. So Nehemiah Meha goes to the line shooting 2. 15-12 Coalinga. First one by Nehemiah is short. And you heard from head coach Jason McFarland talking about how he loves watching Nehemiah Meha rebound the basketball. He does a really good job rebounding. Damon Tamayo and Patrick Salazar checks into the game. 5:01 to play in the first half. Horned Toads 15, Strathmore 12. Nehemiah's second free throw. Second one home, bounces off the front iron, does not go. Rebound for Geifer. Geifer wrestling away the rebound. And now Strathmore has the basketball. They trail by 3. Deanna Breeze in transition, has a good look down the right side, and a whistle, and that's a foul, and that's going to be on Eddie Moreno. Moreno swatted a Breeze, and he'll go to the line shooting 2. So Moreno picks up his first personal, first team foul of the quarter. They're going to be an inbound baseline right. Looking. Coalinga gets over to Breens to the right side. Right block, 2 on the way. Off the front iron, no. Kiefer with the rebound. 3 on the way by Nico Martinez, and he connects for 3. And we get our second tie of the evening at 15. Toads with the basketball. And a tie ball game. 4:36 to play in the first half. Moreno with the left-hand dribble at the top. Goes to the left to center. Looking, chest pass over to Damon Tamayo at the top. Tamayo now, guarded by a Breens, goes down the left side in the elbow, shovels it off to Patrick Salazar, pulls for a left wing 3. Off the heel, no, but he'll go to the line shooting 3. How about that? Patrick Salazar draws the foul, and we'll see who the culprit's going to be. And it is going to be on Flynn Strata here, the senior guard. So Patrick Salazar goes to the line. First personal, second team foul of the quarter. 4:21 to play in the first half. First one by Pat goes in. So a 16-15 game. Toads lead by 1. How about this? 2 ties already in this one this afternoon. And Coalinga playing some good basketball. Second one goes in, so a 17-15 game. Patrick Salazar, perfect at the charity stripe so far this afternoon. Devin Contreras jogs to the scorer's table to check in. Third one by Patrick Salazar does not go. And a lane violation. So this, actually, they're going to say it is going to be Strathmore ball. So Contreras checks in for Eddie Moreno. Strathmore has Nico Martinez, Coalinga on the floor, Deanna Breeze, Strata here, and as well as Kiefer. Nico Martinez the right side, overhead pass to Coalinga, chest pass over to Kiefer, drives with the 7-footer with the left-hand finish, and it's good. It's a 17-15 game. It's the third tie of the night. Toads with the basketball. Patrick Salazar from the left wing, chest pass over to Damon Tamau, falls on the floor. That's a turnover. Nico Martinez in transition for Strathmore. Cuts left, goes to the top, chest pass to Strata here. Left corner 3 on the way, airs it out, contested rebound, won by Coalinga. Coalinga now, overhead pass now to Martinez. Ball trying to get it away. Toads with the basketball, and Patrick Salazar lands in the crowd. And him and Nico Martinez showing a good deal of sportsmanship there. Horned Toads with the basketball in this 17-all game. 3:45 remaining in half number 1. Toads have played pretty well so far. Contreras receives the inbound. Right-hand dribble, goes to the left side. Goes to the top now. One-hand pass to Colin McDaniel. Right-hand dribble. Ball poked away. And that is going to be another turnover. Who poked it away for Strathmore is Isaiah Coalinga. Coalinga with the basketball, left side, wanted to pull for a 2. Now chest pass to Deanna Breeze, wanted to pull for a 3. Instead pulls for a 15-footer off the front iron, and he draws the foul. He'll go to line shooting 2. And we've been talking about how the Strathmore squad likes to shoot the ball from the mid-range. Colin McDaniel picks up his first personal, second team foul. Deanna Breeze to the line, but has not been able to fall yet from the mid-range for Strathmore. First one by Deanna Breens goes in. Breens in that game against Wasco, actually. Scored 18 points, one of the leading scorers. Second one by Dion goes in, so it's a 19-17 game in favor of Strathmore. Horned Toad to the basketball, and they trail by 2. Damon Tamau to the right side, bounce pass to Colin McDaniel, left-hand dribble. Looking now, gets the Contreras to the right side, hands it off to Damon Tamau. Overhead pass, that's going to be deflected away. Tamau gets it back, chest pass to Colin McDaniel. Left corner 3 can be blocked away by Coalinga, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that is going to be, we're going to say that's going to be Strathmore ball. So the Horned Toads right now facing a little bit of a deficit. Horned Toad basketball, I should say. The ref said black ball, that's what the Horned Toads are wearing right now. So they're saying they're going to reset the shot clock. They're going to handle it on baseline right for Damon Tamau. Pausing the action right now. Stay tuned for the Horned Toad halftime show. Get a chance to look at the highlights from the first half. And also get you ready for the second half. Take a look at some of the scores from across the college basketball landscape. That's all coming up on the Horned Toad halftime show. Horned Toads with the inbound on the baseline right for Damon Tamayo. Tamayo stands on the S of Spartans. Tamayo now looking. Tamayo looking for somebody. Overhead pass to Colin McDaniel. Gets it over to Patrick Salazar. Salazar at the right. That left-hand dribble gets it over to Tamayo. Tamayo yo-yos the ball at the left hand. Guarded by Coalinga. Chest pass to Patrick Salazar to the left wing. Wanting to pull for a 3. Bounce pass to Contreras. Pulls for a 15-footer. Off the heel. No. Trying to get the rebound. That's snatched away by Kiefer. And Strathmore has the ball in the lead. 19-7 Spartans. 2:43 first half. Coalinga now from the left wing. Right-hand dribble. That's going to be a one-hand pass to Martinez. Strataher with the ball in the right block. Looking overhead pass to Martinez to the right wing. Right-hand dribble. Chest pass now to Coalinga. Back over to Deanna Breeze to the left wing. Going to try to drive in. Right-hand floater. And he draws the foul going up. So he'll go to the line shooting 2. So it's on Colin McDaniel, his second personal. Third team foul of the quarter, and Deanna Breen's to the line shooting 2. He's been lethal so far from the charity stripe in the second quarter. First one rattles home, 2017 Strathmore. And think about this, the back and forth. That's the largest lead. That's the tied for the largest lead they've had. Excuse me. Actually, that is the largest lead of the afternoon. 3-point lead. How about that? Second one by Breen's off the heel. No. Rebound, Damon Tamayo. Horn toes the basketball, trailing by a possession. 2:22 to play in the first. Tamayo at the top, left-hand dribble, goes to the left side. One-hand pass to Devin Contreras. Hands it off to Eddie Moreno. Actually, it was Damon Tamayo with the basketball. Right-hand dribble down the side, drives in with the runner, does not go. Batted around. Contreras with the rebound, kicks it out over to Tamayo. Right corner 3 on the way. Rattles out, battling for the rebound. Meha with the rebound. Moreno with the right-hand floater. Good. It's a 2019 game. Toads within 1. Strathmore with the basketball. Coalinga for that left-hand dribble to the left side. Chest pass to Nico Martinez. Back to Coalinga to the left wing. Left to center now for Martinez. Bounce pass to Deanna Breeze. Pulls for a 15-footer, and he gets it in there. 22-19 Strathmore. 1:40 to play first half. Tamayo with the basketball. Right-hand dribble for the Toads. Goes to the right side. Spins down. Pulls for a right-hand runner. Off the heel, no. Rebound for Kiefer, and that's going to be slapped away. Meha with the rebound and a whistle, and now a foul. That's going to be on Strathmore. Good game so far in this first half. 3-point game. Did not see who got that foul, but it is going to be third. That's the third team foul of the quarter. So Nehemiah Meha goes to the line, 0 for 2 so far shooting from the charity stripe. Lines up for the first one. Bounces off the right iron, and it does not fall. Still a 22-19 game in favor of Strathmore. Stay tuned for the Horned Toads halftime show. Get a chance to look at some of the highlights from the first half and get you some of the scores from across the college basketball landscape and college football landscape. That's correct. Championship Saturday in college football. I know the SEC championship's going on right now. We'll get all those scores for you at halftime. Second one by Nehemiah Meha goes in. 2-point game, 22-20. Strathmore with a 2-point edge. Coalinga with the basketball to her right. Chest pass to Nico Martinez, right of center. Aaron Jones with a left-hand dribble. Ball slapped away. Damon Tamayo trying to fight with it with Martinez. Martinez gets it back. Chest pass over to Coalinga to the left wing. Coalinga pulls for a left corner 3 on the way. He rattles it home. 25-20 Strathmore. Toads trail by 5. They have the basketball. Minute remaining in the first half. Tamayo with the right-hand dribble. Hands it off to Eddie Moreno. Chest pass to Patrick Salazar to the left wing. Salazar now with the basketball. Chest pass over to Tamayo. At the top, right-hand dribble down the smokestack. Reverse layup. No good. Nehemiah Meha kicks it back over to Eddie Moreno. Moreno mishandled it but gets it back. But he draws the foul. Eddie Moreno to the line. Toads hanging in 25-20. This feels like a playoff game. You can definitely feel it. And this game's going to be probably won by the charity stripe. Moreno to the line shooting 2. First one by Eddie goes in, 25-21. Toads within 4. 45.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Second one by Moreno, rattles out. Rebound snatched away by Coalinga. Coalinga using his over 6-foot frame to get the job done. Breen to the right side. Left-hand dribble goes at the top. Looking, kicks it out to the right corner. 3 on the way by Jones off the right iron. And that's going to be a contested rebound. It's last touch by Strathmore. And a timeout taken by head coach Eli Garber. 32.7 seconds remaining in the first half. And right now, Coalinga's had their moment so far. If you're still joining us on the Toad Streaming Network, it was a 13-9 lead for the Toads. Toads had a 6-0 run, and then all of a sudden Strathmore finding their way offensively. It's just been a seesaw of a second quarter. And right now, if you're the Toads, you got to find ways to rebound the basketball, but also find ways to keep yourself out of trouble, and you have to find ways to not get beat in the transition game. That's what Strathmore's been able to do well. And we talked about it a little bit earlier about how Strathmore likes to use the mid-range jumpers to get the job done. That has not been fallen, but they get fouled, but they go to the line shooting 2, and they get to make their shots. It's a little bit of a cat and mouse game between two coaches that have a lot of respect for each other. Heard from head coach Jason McFarland talking about the first they coached. Jason McFarland coached against Eli Garver when Eli was a player at Exeter High School back in 2013 in the section finals. That was a crazy afternoon in downtown Fresno. Horned Toads the basketball. They trail by 4. Tamayo with the right hand, that left hand dribble. Bounce pass to Patrick Salazar. Mishandles it, and that's going to be out of bounds. Turnover for Coalinga. And Strathmore gets the ball back with 17.9 seconds remaining in half number 1. They have the lead and the possession. So Tiger Corona checks in for Damon Tamayo. Inbound now for Coalinga. You can definitely tell these guys have that size for basketball. Nico Martinez, left corner 3, and he drains the 3. Martinez starting to heat up. 7-point lead for Strathmore, 28-21. 5 seconds remaining. Contreras down the right side, kicks it back over to Corona, back over to Moreno. Left wing 3 on the way. Off the front iron, no, and that's how the first half comes to a close. It's a 7-point lead for Strathmore. It's Strathmore of 28, Coalinga of 21. When we come right back after this with the Horned Toad halftime show, a very competitive first half indeed. We'll be right back after this. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
It's halftime in Tulare County. Halftime score, Strathmore 28, Coalinga 21. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Welcome to the Horned Toad halftime show. Man, what an impressive first half, back and forth. It's just been a defensive struggle. Turnovers galore in Tulare County. It's been a very interesting one so far. Coalinga trailing by a touchdown, 28-21 against Strathmore. And Strathmore using their size to shoot the ball well from the mid-range, and especially from the charity stripe. We talked about that a little bit in that first half. The Spartans could not find ways to get the ball into the mid-range, trying to get that into the goal, but they found ways to get it done in the late part of the second quarter. And right now, Coalinga trying to find ways to slow down the offense, especially Strathmore found ways to get points in transition. So hopefully the Horned Toads are going to find ways to slow down the high-powered offense but Strathmore. Take a look at the highlights from the first half. It was a back-and-forth affair, especially it was a 3-2 lead early for Strathmore, but Eddie Moreno connected for 3, making it a 5-3 lead for Coalinga. And in the end of the first quarter, Coalinga went on a 6-0 run. It was a 13-9 lead for the Toads. And then Strathmore started to heat up again. They had a 3 to start off the second quarter, making it a 13-12 game. And the Horned Toads answered back with a deuce of their own. Then another 3, courtesy for Strathmore, made another tie. That was the second tie of the game. Horned Toads and the Spartans trading the lead back and forth throughout the whole entire first half, but Strathmore using their size and speed to get the job done in that middle part of the second quarter. And it's just been back and forth we go in Tulare County. And then Strathmore found some ways to keep the offense moving. They had a big 3 and then another big 3 to close out the first half. And this right now, Strathmore in the driver's seat. They lead by 7, 28-21 against Coalinga. Let's take a look at some of the scores from across the college basketball landscape. A lot of games going on this first Saturday in December. Fresno State's playing Arkansas in Little Rock. We'll get you that score right now at the moment as my phone's starting to load up. Just a beautiful facility here on the campus of Strathmore High School. Got to have lunch at the Orange Works Cafe just down the road. Had the orange ice cream and the tri-tip sandwich. That was good stuff. Take a look at some of the scores from across the college basketball landscape. Abilene Christian leading 73-66 against New Mexico State. It is 27 seconds left in the game. Halftime in Fort Collins. Colorado State leading by 7, 48-41 against Colorado. Battle for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Number 3, Michigan leading 97-56 against Rutgers. North Carolina A&T leading NC Central 59-50. 2:50 to play in the game. Ohio taking on Marshall 87-72. Iowa leading 69-49 against Maryland. Wyoming 89-78 against Dartmouth. 19 seconds remaining in the first half. UNC Wilmington leading 68-63 against Louisiana. Western Kentucky leading by a possession 80-77 against Evansville. Late going in the second half. UNC Greensboro leading by 4, 80-76 against East Carolina. Also, Seton Hall leading 68-54 against Kansas State. And Conic Ward taking on Nichols. Nichols leading 67-61. It's 5 minutes into the second half. It is St. Joseph's leading 37-33 against Temple in the Big 5 Classic. Southeast Missouri leading by 1, 65-64 against Chattanooga. A couple of other scores. Baylor leading by 1, 46-45 against Memphis. In Tennessee, in Memphis, Oregon State leading 49-36 against Southern Utah at the Gill Coliseum up in Corvallis. A couple of other scores. California leading 36-27 in Berkeley against Pacific. And also Oregon leading 2-0 against UCLA, just getting started at Pauley Pavilion. Also a couple other scores to watch out for. Arkansas, a couple of finals actually. Boise State takes down Butler at the Hinkle Fieldhouse. 77-68, big win for the Broncos. They had a slow start to the season. Fresno State falls 82-58 against number 25. Arkansas was a 10-point game at the break, but the Razorbacks, led by head coach John Calipari, gets the job done there. In Little Rock, actually a neutral site game in Arkansas. Number 4, Duke takes down Michigan State 66-60. Georgia Tech takes down Monmouth 79-67. Boston College has a 4-point victory against New Haven. And also a couple of other scores. It's Virginia taking care of business of Dayton, 86-73. So now some college football scores for you. It is championship Saturday right now at the moment. Number 3, Georgia leading 14-0 against Alabama in the SEC championship. Final score already in the books on this Saturday. Number 4, Texas Tech, Kings of the Big 12. Take down BYU 34-7. A couple of other games to watch out for tonight. It's number 2, Indiana, taking on number 1, Ohio State for the Big Ten Championship. Number 12, Virginia. Number 17, Virginia, I should say, taking on Duke for the ACC Championship. A couple of games already in the books. North Texas taking on Tulane. Tulane gets the job done, 34-21. Kings of the American. James Madison holds on to take down Troy for the Sun Belt Championship, 31-14. And also Boise State picking up their 3rd straight conference crown in the Mountain West against UNLV. And that is some of the scores from across the college basketball and college football landscape. When we come right back after this, we have the second half action for you from beautiful Strathmore, California. Once again, our halftime score, Strathmore 28, Coalinga 21. Second half action to continue after this. Horn Toad Basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Coalinga trails by 7 as we head into the third quarter on the campus of Strathmore High School in Tulare County. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Hopefully you enjoyed the Horned Toad halftime show. It is a 28-21 game in favor of Strathmore. 7-point lead for the Spartans, trying to find their third win of 2025 in this 2026 season. But the Horned Toads right now looking to try to make it interesting to start off the third quarter. Strathmore gets the basketball for their first possession of the third quarter. Coalinga with the basketball, right hand dribble, chest pass to the right side, goes to the right. That's going to be Nico Martinez, left hand dribble, pulls for wanted to pull for a right of center 3. Aaron Jones wants to pull for a left of center 3, does not fall. Rebound for Coalinga. So it's Damon Tamayo, Patrick Salazar, Eddie Moreno, Devin Contreras, and Colin McDaniel, the 5 on the floor for Coalinga. Moreno now one-hand pass to Colin McDaniel, chest pass to Damon Tamayo. Tamayo wanted a 3, guarded by a breeze, screen set up by Contreras. Down the smokestack is Tamayo, right-hand finish, does not fall. Rebound, Deanna Breens. Coalinga in transition, the senior, Isaiah Coalinga to the right side for Strathmore. Aaron Jones, right corner 3 on the way, off the heel, no. Rebound, Damon Tamayo. Tamayo in transition, goes to the right side, now to the right corner. Tamayo with a chest pass to Devin Contreras, hands it off to Tamayo. Goes down the left side, kicks it back over to Patrick Salazar. Left corner 3, air ball, rebound by Strather and Strathmore. Coalinga with the basketball for Strathmore, 7-point lead for the Spartans. 15-footer by Coalinga, off the heel, no. Rebound Coalinga. And right now the Toads trying to slow the pace down. 6:45, third quarter. Nobody scored a basket yet in the third frame. Tamayo with the basketball, right hand dribble to the right side. Looking, spins, hands it off to Contreras. Back over to Tamayo. Tamayo in the right corner. Left hand dribble. Overhead pass, looking for somebody. Contreras knocked to the ground. Ball slapped away by Nico Martinez. Martinez in transition. Right hand finish does not go. And Coalinga draws the foul. Shooting going up. Head coach Eli Garver not happy. See what the call is going to be. So regardless, Coalinga picks up their first personal. We can't see who got the number, but Coalinga goes to the line shooting 2. First one by Coalinga, off the heel, no. Still a 7-point game, 28-21. Strathmore, 6:20 to play, third quarter. Coach Jason McFarland trying to get an explanation. Coalinga makes the second one, so he splits the pair. 29-21, 8-point advantage for Strathmore. First points of the second half. Horned Toads the basketball to our right. Tamayo moves in between the rings, right-hand dribble. Chest pass to Colin McDaniel to the left wing. McDaniel now being guarded by Strather. Bounce pass to Devin Contreras, hands it off to Tamayo. Right-hand dribble, bounce pass to Contreras with a good look. In the paint, trying to drive in, and does not go. Wanted a foul, but does not get it. Strathmore basketball. Under 6 to play in the third quarter. Coalinga back over to Aaron Jones in the left corner. Right-hand dribble, trying to go in, and he tries. The foul going up. Devin Contreras not happy about that call. And Contreras finds his hand caught in the cookie jar. His first personal. So, first personal, second team foul. So Aaron Jones goes to the line, the junior guard. Wearing some colorful sneakers. That's a gray and a little bit of orange and yellow. First one is made. 9-point advantage. So it's a 3-0 lead to begin the third quarter for Strathmore. Second one by Jones, and he makes him. So 31-21, 10-point lead for Strathmore, largest lead of the afternoon. And Coalinga now still searching for their first basket of the third quarter. Tamayo takes it across the timeline. Left-hand dribble goes to the front court, guarded by Deanna Breen's. Chest pass to Eddie Moreno. Tamayo with the basketball again. Right-hand dribble, works in the high post. Bounce pass to Contreras. Contreras to the left, that left side. Three on the way by Moreno, and he drains the three. 31-24 Strathmore by 33rd quarter. Aaron Jones from the left block. Right-hand dribble, works on Contreras. Back over to Deanna Breen's, left to center. Deanna Breen's right-hand dribble. Wanted to pull for a three. Back over to Strata here to the right wing. Now right of center. Back to Aaron Jones. Right wing three on the way. Off the front iron, no. Contested rebound. And it's going to be snatched away by Patrick Salazar. Horned Toads in transition. Moreno with the basketball down the left side. Going to try to drive in. Right hand finish does not go. Rebound Isaiah Coalinga for Strathmore. Strathmore down the right side of Coalinga. Coalinga now sets it up. Shovels it off to Aaron Jones. Right hand dribble. Chest pass now to Deanna Breen's. Right hand dribble down the right side. And a whistle. Let's see what the call is going to be here. Referee's starting to be a little bit stringent. They're going to say it is going to be on Contreras. Second personal, third team foul. So regardless, it is Strathmore basketball. Baseline left for the inbound. 4:53 to play, third quarter. Coalinga now back to Aaron Jones to the left to center. Yo-yos the ball, now pulls for a three on the way. And he drains the three. It's a 34-24 game, 10-point advantage for Strathmore. Tamayo takes it across the timeline, goes to the left side, left-hand dribble, pulls for a left wing three of his own. Off the right iron, no, and it does not go. It rattles off the glass. Head coach Jason McFarland giving Damon a little bit of encouragement from the sideline. So clock stopped at 4:32 and counting, 4:32 to go in the third quarter. Strathmore with the basketball, they lead a 33-24, 9-point game. Deanna Breen's on the left block, airs it out, rebound Damon Tamayo. I thought that last three was a three, but they're still going to say it's a deuce. Horned Toads the basketball, they trail by 9. Damon Tamayo to the left wing. Left-hand dribble. Tamayo trying to set it up here. Screen, overhead pass down to Contreras. Contreras on the low post. Over at one-hand pass to Colin McDaniel. One-hand pass to Moreno. Left-hand dribble, gets it back over to Tamayo. Tamayo now wanting to pull for three. Chest pass to Contreras. Contreras penetrates baseline left with the right-hand runner off the left iron and in. It's a 33-26 game. Strathmore leads by 7. Coalinga takes it across the timeline to the right wing. Pulls for a right wing three on the way. Off the heel, no. Contested a rebound, won by Coalinga. Toads right now trying to win the rebounding war in the third quarter. They trail by 7. They have the basketball, 3:30 third quarter. Tamayo with the basketball, left-hand dribble, right side, down the right alley, stops in the right block, now in the right corner. Looking, trying to penetrate right baseline, right-hand runner does not go. Tamayo gets his own rebound, goes up, and he draws the foul. Nico Martinez cannot believe it, has his arms up in the air saying, I did not touch him. But he caught his hands caught in the cookie jar. First personal, first team foul of the third quarter. Clock stopped at 3:17 to play in the third. Tamayo to the line shooting 2. First one rolls out of the rim from Tamayo. A uncharacteristic miss by Damon. But how about this? Talk about different routine, you know, playing on a Saturday. Playing at 2:30. Second one by Tamayo. Off the front iron. It does not go. A rebound for Strata here and Strathmore. Spartans moving the ball to our left. Overhead, that's a chest pass to Deanna Breen's. Penetrates right baseline. Now kicks it back over to Nico Martinez. Left corner three on the way. Off the left iron, no. Rebound for Coalinga. Strata here back over to Deanna Breen's. Nico Martinez slow to get up. Limping a bent. Back over to Coalinga. Nico Martinez, left wing three on the way. Off the hill again. Reaching, that's going to be a contested rebound. Won by Coalinga. Damon Tamayo with the basketball. Deanna Breen's with a lot of pressure so far. Damon Tamayo now feeling the pressure, being double teamed by Breen and Coalinga, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. Deanna Breen and Coalinga double teamed him, and that's going to be the second team foul of the third quarter. So Horned Toads with the basketball, and they trail by 7, 33-26, 2:42 to go, third quarter. Smile takes it across the timeline, right-hand dribble, goes to the right side, stops, works on Nico Martinez, spins, looking, pulls for a fadeaway jumper, does not go. Rebound Strata here in Strathmore. Deanna Breen's in transition over to Nico Martinez. Right-hand dribble, kicks it back up the Strat here. Open look, right wing three, off the front iron, no. Battle contested rebound, and snatched away. Tucker Corona gets the rebound. 2:15, third quarter, 33-26, Strathmore. Now to the right side of the Toads. Tamayo yo-yos the ball at the left hand. Guarded by Deanna Breen. Screen set up by Tucker Corona. Down the right side. Going to try to drive in. Right hand finish. Does not go. Rebound Deanna Breen for Strathmore. Strathmore in transition. Deanna Breen's bounce pass over to Coalinga. And Coalinga draws the foul. That's actually Kiefer who draws the foul. And this team right now showcasing their size and their speed. And Kiefer, who's only a sophomore, had 18 points in that victory against Wasco last time out at home. Goes on the line shooting two, 1:55 to play, third quarter. First one off the hill. Game still in reach for Coalinga, 33-26 Strathmore, I should say. First time being in the city limits of Strathmore. Drove the 65 to the 63. It's beautiful countryside. You can smell the oranges. A lot of orange groves on the east side of Tulare County, especially in this part of the San Joaquin Valley. Second one by Kiefer goes in. So it's a 34-26 game. Shafter, or should I say, Strathmore has the advantage. 8-point game now. 1:55 to play in quarter number 3. Coalinga right now trying to keep this offense moving. And this small gym starting to get loud. Tamayo with the basketball, right-hand dribble at the top, goes to the left side, left-hand dribble, goes down the left alley. Tamayo going to try to drive in, right-hand finish, and off the right iron in. How about Damon Tamayo? And a timeout taken by head coach Jason McFarland. 34-28, Coalinga within 6. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Horned Toads trail by 2 possessions with 1:39 remaining in the third quarter. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
.139 remaining in the third quarter from Strathmore. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Strathmore 34, Coalinga 28. It's been a very low-scoring affair on this Saturday afternoon. Glad to be a part of your Saturday, wherever you may be tuning in. And right now, this Toad squad trying to take a bite out of the deficit. They trail by 6. And after the timeout, Toads on the floor. Damon Tamayo, Tucker Corona, Patrick Salazar, Devin Contreras, and Nehemiah Meha. Horned Toads right now trying to slow down the speed and the size of Strathmore, led by their junior Deanna Breens and also their senior Isaiah Coalinga, who was a team captain last year in that Central Section Championship run for the Spartans. There's a pause in the action right now. They're trying to mop up some wetness on the bench, near the bench of the Spartans. I can give you who's on the floor for the Spartans. It is Coalinga, Breens, Aaron Jones, Stradher, and also Matthew Gonzalez. So 1:39 remaining in the third quarter. Horned Toads trail by 6, I should say. Deanna Breens down the left side in the elbow. Overhead pass down to Aaron Jones to the left wing. Right-hand dribble guarded by Patrick Salazar. Strat here at the top, spins, works on Tucker Corona. Coalinga in the right corner, guarded by Damon Tamayo. Overhead pass down to Breens, pulls for a high elbow. 2 does not go. Rebound Coalinga. 1:16 remaining in the third quarter. Tamayo, if I transition 3, off the left iron, no. Rebound Nehemiah Meha, back over to Tamayo. Tamayo from the left to center. Tamayo looking, left-hand dribble down the left side, gonna try to drive in. Left-hand finish, good. How about that? It's a 4-point game, 34-30, Strathmore. 55 seconds remaining in the third. Jones from the left wing, right-hand dribble, guarded by Salazar. Moves in between the rings, guarded by Corona now. Looking. Overhead pass to Coalinga. Coalinga from the left wing. Coalinga right-hand dribble, chest pass to Aaron Jones. Trying time with a small timer. Good defense with the Toads, but it's forced out. Last touch by Coalinga. And Kiefer checks in for another time for Strathmore. The sophomore for Strathmore. 37 seconds to go in the third. 34-30, Strathmore with a 4-point advantage in the lead. Good defense by Damon Tamayo, stolen away, and Nehemiah Meha gets the ball back. A little bit of that full court pressure applied by Strathmore. 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Shot clock and game clock even. Damon Tamayo now off a left-hand dribble. Goes to the left side. Tamayo looking. Tamayo down the chimney, the left-hand finish, good. 34-32, how about this? An 8-0 run for Coalinga, making it a 2-point game. Coalinga now, left-hand dribble, trying to go in, mishandles it. Horn Toads with the steal and the basketball, and Corona's gonna fall, and it's gonna be a traveling call. It's an 8-0 run for Coalinga. Similar to what they had in that first quarter, a 6-0 run to close out the quarter. Coalinga with the inbound, baseline right. Lobs it over to Deanna Breeze. Good pressure by Damon Tamayo. Damon Tamayo gonna get the ball, but throws it up. Nehemiah Meha, and it goes in! How about that? At the buzzer, but they're gonna say it did not count. Head coach Jason McFarland not happy about that. It was a half-court shot by Nehemiah Meha. His teammate Damon Tamayo said, chuck it. And it went in. Now head coach Jason McFarland wants an explanation. If that counts, craziness. How about that? Craziness already in Strathmore. We'll take a quick timeout. Horned Toads trail by 2. Let you know if that basket counts. More after this from Strathmore. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality.
Fourth quarter action about to begin in Tulare County. Strathmore 32, Strathmore 34, Coalinga 32. If you're just now joining us, the Horned Toads had a half-court shot by Nehemiah Meha, but they said the basket does not count. But the Toads get the basketball in the first possession of the fourth quarter. They trail by 2. And how about Coalinga having an 8-0 run to close out the third quarter to pull it within 2. Tamayo with the basketball, right-hand dribble. Horned Toads moving the ball to our right. Tamayo down the smokestack, over to Nehemiah Meha. Looking, drives up, and a whistle. And they're going to say a traveling call. So a turnover for Coalinga. They trail by 2, 34-32 against Strathmore. Strathmore had the lead. They've had the lead for the whole entire second half. Nico Martinez spins around. Chest pass to Coalinga at the top. Overhead pass down to Martinez to the right side. Strata here to the right corner. Nico Martinez right of center. Bounce pass to Deanna Breeze to the left wing. Right-hand dribble. Chest pass over to Martinez. At the top. Chest pass down to Breeze. Breeze overhead pass down to Coalinga. Works on Devin Contreras off the hill. No. Kiefer with the rebound, and it does not fall. Rebound won by Devin Contreras. Kiefer goes to the ground. Horned Toads the basketball. Damon Tamayo, right-hand dribble to the right side. Pulls for a right wing 3. Tamayo off the front iron. No, the put back by Devin Contreras. And we are all tied up at 34. Another tie in this game. 7:05 to play in the game. Coalinga with the basketball. Left-hand dribble. Chest pass to Nico Martinez. Back over to Coalinga to the right wing. Right-hand dribble. Overhead pass down to Breens in the high post. Back over to Martinez. Pulls for a left wing 3, and he rattles home. 37-34, Strathmore, 6:45, fourth quarter. Damon Tamayo across the timeline to our right, right-hand dribble. Lobs it over to Contreras in the low post, trying to fight for it, down on the ground with Kiefer, and Kiefer is going to win the jump ball, and that's going to be the possession arrow in favor of Strathmore. So now Colin McDaniel checks in, 6:32 to play in the game. Tucker Corona goes to the bench. So now the player's going to scrape off all the sweat in the post. So it's Damon Tamayo, Colin McDaniel, Patrick Salazar, Devin Contreras, and Nehemiah Mayhaw. The 5 on the floor for Coalinga. Coalinga, Martinez, Abriz, Stradher, and also Kiefer. Kiefer's been impressive to watch so far. The sophomore had 18 points in that victory against Wasco. Stradher here to the left wing, back to Coalinga at the top. Overhead pass to Stradher. Stradher throws it over to Nico Martinez, gets it, goes to the top. Chest pass to Coalinga again. 6-16, 3 on the way by Nico Martinez. Off the heel, no. Contested rebound, swatted away. A good volleyball spike by Kiefer. Coalinga now from the right side. Spartans with a new shot clock. Martinez back to on Breens. And Breens from the right, that left side. Right hand dribble. Overhead pass down to Coalinga. Down that smokestack. Right hand runner does not go. Coalinga gets his rebound and he draws the foul. And it's going to be on Colin McDaniel, his 3rd personal. That's the official wording. They're going to say it's on Nehemiah Mayhaw, actually. So Mayhaw picks up his 1st personal. So Coalinga goes to the line, shooting 2. First one does not go. Still a 3-point game in favor of Strathmore. And think about this. Horned Toads with a 8-0 run to pull within 2. Tie up the game. And then Nico Martinez doing what he does best. Second free throw from Coalinga does not go. Horned Toads with the basketball. They trail by 3. Tamayo takes it across the timeline. Right hand dribble. One hand pass now to Patrick Salazar. Right wing 3 on the way. Off the heel, no. Contested a rebound. That's going to be won by Strathmore. Coalinga takes it across the timeline. Right hand dribble. Chest pass to him. Breens catch and shoot. Right corner 3. Off the right iron, no. Rebound Stradher. Nico Martinez. Right hand dribble. Chest pass to Coalinga at the top. Coalinga's trying to set it up here. The senior who was a team captain last year in that central section run for the Spartans. Coalinga again. Overhead pass Stradher. Right corner 3 is blocked away. And a swat by Damon Tamayo. And let's see what the call is going to be here. There was a whistle. So Tamayo fouls him. I thought that was all ball. The referees disagree otherwise. So Stradher goes to the line. Stradher, senior, Flynn Stradher. First one by Flynn, off the heel, no. I think that goal has I think the Bermuda Triangle has affected the goal on the west side of the gym. That's where we're located right now. Second one by Stradher. Does not go. He's going to shoot 3, so he misses his first 2. Still a 3-point game, 37-34. Strathmore, 5:17 to play in the game. Toads had an 8-0 run to close out the 3rd quarter. How about that? 3rd one, he makes it. Stradher makes it a 4-point game for Strathmore. 38-34. Tamayo takes it across the timeline. Goes in the front court, left-hand dribble at the top, guarded by Breen. Goes to the left to center. Bounce pass to Contreras, hands it off to Damon Tamayo. Tamayo now looking. Tamayo being guarded by Breen. Left-hand dribble now to the left wing. Overhead pass now. It's going to be over to Nehemiah Mayhaw. Right-hand finish, good. Nehemiah Mayhaw battling it out in the low post. 38-36, Toads within 2. Strathmore with the basketball. Coalinga from the right side. Right-hand dribble guarded by Nehemiah Mayhaw. Goes to the right side. Flows for a right block 2 off the front iron. Rebound for Coalinga. Tamayo in transition. Goes to the right of center. Kicks it back over to Patrick Salazar. Left corner 3 on the way. Off the left iron, no. Rebound Nico Martinez. And a whistle, and that's going to be a foul on the Toads. Contested a rebound. They're going to say it is on Colin McDaniel. He picks up officially his 3rd personal. 15 fouls. They're officially in the bonus. Officially, that's the 4th team foul, actually. So Coalinga takes it across the timeline to our left for Strathmore. 4:22 to play in the game. Coalinga now with a right-hand dribble. Goes on the right side, chest pass to Nico Martinez. Kiefer with the ball, shovels it off to Martinez. Right wing 3, off the front iron, no. Rebound snatched away by Damon Tamayo. Tamayo in transition, right-hand dribble at the left wing. Tamayo now trying to set it up. Goes to the top, now to the right side. Tamayo looking. Screens was about to be set up by Contreras. Pulls for a right wing 3 instead. Off the left iron, no. And from beyond the arc, it's not been well so far for the Toads. 2-point game. Spartans with the basketball and the lead. Coalinga now dribbling the basketball. with the left hand. Screen set up by Abreen. The left wing overhead pass. Abreen's for a three from the right side off the front iron. No, contested, a rebound won by Coalinga. Still a 2-point game. Toads looking to try to take the lead away. They have not had the lead yet in the second half. Tamayo spins, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. Tamayo goes to the line shooting two. So Strata here picks up his second personal of the evening. And right now, the Horned Toads with the basketball. Baseline left. Moreno receives the inbound in the left corner. Chest pass to Damon Tamayo. Left hand dribble. Works on Coalinga. Drives in with the right hand finish. Does not go. Ball popped around by Nehemiah Meha. A rebound one and a whistle and a foul. And it is on Nehemiah Meha. Meha picks up his second personal. So right now the Toads trying to find a way to keep this game interesting. 2-point game in favor of Strathmore. Breen with the basketball, right hand dribble, left to center, and a whistle and a foul. That's going to be a moving screen. So a turnover for Strathmore gives the ball back to Coalinga. Eli Garber has his arms up in the air. The head coach of Strathmore saying, "What was that?" So Coalinga gets the basketball with 3:03 remaining in the game. And right now Coalinga trying to find ways to keep this offense moving. Colin McDaniel checks in for Eddie Moreno. So it's Nehemiah Meha, Damon Tamayo, Patrick Salazar, Devin Contreras, and now Colin McDaniel. The 5 on the floor for Coalinga. Tamayo takes it in the front court, right hand dribble, goes to the top, right of center, down the right alley, try to drive in, right hand floater does not go, contested, a rebound, and a whistle and a foul, and that is going to be on Strathmore. We talked about it earlier, this game might come down to the charity stripe. I think that it might go down to the charity stripe. So Kiefer picks up his first personal. Devin Contreras to the line. Toads trail by 2, 38-36 in the fourth quarter. First one by Contreras goes off the front iron, and it does not fall. 2:50 remaining in Strathmore. And what a game we've been treated to so far. Second one by Contreras, and he gets it in there. 1-point game, 38-37. Strathmore leads by 1. They have the basketball. Nico Martinez, right-hand dribble in the front court, goes to the top. Left-hand dribble to left to center. Ball slapped away by Colin McDaniel. Dives to the floor, trying to look for somebody. No timeout taken. Tamayo now at the basketball. Left-hand dribble and a whistle. And he draws the foul. He'll go to the line shooting 2. How about Colin McDaniel, the junior, forcing the turnover, getting it over to Salazar. Getting over. We're going to say officially that's going to be an inbound on the baseline right, but regardless, Toads have the basketball. They trail by 1. Tamayo baseline right, looking. Overhead pass to Patrick Salazar, catch and shoot, right wing 3. Off the heel, no. Trying to battle for the rebound is Nehemiah Meha, and it goes out of bounds. Strathmore ball. They have the lead and the possession. 2:29 remaining in the game. Coalinga had an 8-0 run to make it within 2. Back and forth we've gone in the fourth quarter. Coalinga takes it across the timeline, guarded by Nehemiah Meha. Kicks it out and a whistle. And now a whistle and a timeout. And what's going? They're going to call a timeout. So a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout as well. Horned Toads right now trail by 1, 38-37. Let's take a quick timeout. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Dillonsy Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
1 point lead for Strathmore, 2:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. Brian Witch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Kiefer with a 2 from the right. That left side does not go. The rebound for the Horned Toad, trying to fight for the ball. And everyone's tied up on the floor, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Coalinga. And how about this game? You've just now joined us on the Toad Streaming Network. Coalinga had an 8-0 run to make it within 2, 34-32. Back and forth we've gone so far throughout the whole entire contest. And right now, Strathmore and Coalinga battling it out. An all-time classic already brewing on this Saturday afternoon. Two coaches have a lot of respect for each other. Eli Garver, who was the head coach of Exeter for the last couple of years, moving down the road. Take on the Strathmore position as Jason McFarland, head coach of Coalinga. Been there forever. Horned Toads the basketball, and they trail by 1. Damon Tamayo, right wing 3 on the way. He rattles it home. First lead of the evening in the second half, 40-38 Toads. Strathmore with the basketball. Goes down the right side. Coalinga with a right hand finish, does not fall. No whistle, and Eli Garver not happy about the no call. Toads with the basketball now, and they trail, and they lead by 1 now. How about Damon Tamayo? Tamayo with the right hand dribble. Bounce. Like I said, it's going to go to the right side. 90 seconds remaining. Tamayo now. Right hand dribble. Goes to the right side. Stops. Pulls for a right wing 3 on the way. Off the heel, no. Contested rebound. Battling for it. Rebound won by Strathmore. 1:15 remaining in the game. Nico Martinez. Chest pass to a Breens to the right corner. Breens going to penetrate right baseline. Spins around. Pulls for a right block 2. Off the heel, no. Ball slapped away by Kiefer, and that's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to be Strathmore basketball. Horned Toads going ballistic. It was last touched by a Strathmore, but they're going to say it is going to be last touched by a Toad. Inbound baseline left. 1:03 remaining in the game. Coalinga handling the inbound baseline left. Coalinga chest pass to Kiefer. Kiefer in the left side. Right hand dribble now. Under a minute remaining. Horned Toads lead by 2. Overhead pass stolen by Colin McDaniel. Damon Tamayo now. Right hand dribble. Trying to keep it going. And a timeout taken by head coach Jason McFarland with 50.6 seconds to go in the game. And how about Damon Tamayo connecting for 3? We've talked about throughout the whole entire second half, the Horned Toads have been shooting bricks from beyond the arc. But Damon Tamayo connecting for 3, and right now the Toads playing some really good basketball in Tulare County. And think about this, the grit and determination of how this Toads team has played, and especially that 8-0 run for Coalinga to pull within 2, 34-32 at the end of the third quarter. And going back and forth, this has been a good test for the Horned Toads, especially you want to see these types of games in the early part of the season, which you'll be able to experience that when the Toads enter into West Sierra League action. So right now, head coach Jason McFarland drawing up a play on the whiteboard for the Horned Toads at the moment. Toads lead by 2, 50.6 seconds remaining in the game. And how about Damon Tamayo connecting from 3 from beyond the arc on the right side? How about that? So Horned Toads have the lead and the possession. Possession arrow in favor of Strathmore, so you don't want to have any jump ball situations. Bounce pass to Contreras, right hand dribble. Looking, one hand pass to Damon Tamayo. 20-second difference between the big timer and the small timer. Tamayo for right hand dribble, goes to the right side, guarded by De La Cruz. Goes to the right side, Tamayo to the right wing, spins, trying to find somebody open, double team, and a timeout taken by head coach Jason McFarland. Horned Toads still have the basketball. 33.6 seconds remaining in the game, 12 seconds left on the small timer. And right now, if you're Coalinga, you got to find ways to keep yourself moving offensively, and it's been kind of been a chore this afternoon, especially for the Horned Toads. The Horned Toads finding ways to trying to find the rebounding war. But if you're Coalinga, you got to find ways to keep it moving. 40-38, Coalinga with the lead. Stay tuned for the Horned Toad post-game show. Get a chance to look at the highlights from the first and second half. And also, hear from head coach Jason McFarland. This game is far from over yet in Tulare County. And an early barometer, this kind of feels like a playoff game. Two teams that want it more. Who wants it more? So Coalinga gets the inbound. They do have 12 seconds left on the small timer. And how about Coalinga? Finding ways to make it happen. Horned Toads with the basketball. Inbound to Contreras. Bounce pass over to Tamayo. Overhead pass now over to David Contreras for first layup. Good. It's a 4-point lead for Coalinga, 42-38. Toads do not want to foul. De La Cruz over to Martinez. Left-hand dribble, stops and spins. Chest pass back over to Breens. Breens on the left side, spins, pulls for a 7-footer on the way. Off the left heel, no. Left iron, no. Colin McDaniel trying to fight for the basketball. They land right in front of us. Devin Contreras and Kiefer talking up a little bit. And now they have a little bit of a conversation. 9.1 seconds remaining. Referees huddle up. Jason McFarland not happy. Referees talking at the moment. This call might change, might be the whole entire game here. The referees huddling up now, and they're going to get the official wording. So it is going to be an inbound for Strathmore, and now a timeout taken by Eli Garver with 9.1 seconds remaining in the game. A 30-second timeout called, 42-38 Coalinga. And think about this, Toads have trailed the whole entire way in the second half until that big three from Damon Tamayo. And that big deuce, 42-38 Coalinga with a 4-point lead. And this has just been a back-and-forth affair. I mean, you got to remember, this is a Toad squad that has only played 4 games so far in 2025 in this 26th season. This Toad squad playing some really good basketball. Stay tuned for the Horned Toad postgame show. Horned Toads right now trying to hold on to a big victory. And that'd be a big statement victory. How about this? The last 2 section champions are playing on this floor right now. Coalinga in 2024, Strathmore in 2025. And right now, this kind of feels like a championship matchup at Selland Arena, but we're just down south in Strathmore. So 9.1 seconds remaining in the game. Inbound for Strathmore. Isaiah Coalinga, who's been very impressive to watch so far, who led the team for Strathmore last year to Selland Arena. Handles the inbound, baseline left. Nobody wants to foul. 9.1 seconds remaining in the game. Coalinga with the inbound. Chest pass over to Kiefer. Kiefer pulls for a left wing 3. Off the heel, no. And Damon Tamayo slow to get up. And a whistle. And Tamayo slow to get up here. Shot clock. They're talking about the shot clock. Eli Garver and Jason McFarland talking about this, talking with the refs now. And a little bit of excitement to close out the Saturday afternoon. So right now, everyone's getting a little bit restless. Another call to determine this crazy game. And they're going to give it Horned Toad basketball, 5.3 seconds remaining. You definitely know Strathmore is going to do a lot of full court press. Toads with the basketball and the lead, a 4-point advantage. Contreras now with the basketball, and he's fouled. A whistle. And Eli Garver not happy, the head coach of Strathmore. And think about this, Coalinga trailed by 7 at the break, 28-21. They lead by 4, 42-38 in Tulare County. This team has grit, this team has determination. So Coalinga goes to the line. And Contreras can ice it with 3.3 seconds. Some of the biggest free throws of this game about to commence. How about that? Contreras is the only Toad at the line. The rest of his teammates wait for the onslaught from the Spartans. First one is made. 43-38 game. Toads with a 5-point advantage. How about Coalinga? Second one rattles home. He makes them both. It's a 6-point game. Coalinga picks it up. Deanna Breens will just dribble it out, throws it up. And the Horned Toads come from behind and they get the job done. 44-38 in Tulare County. How about that? The Toads trailed by 7 at the break. They did not have the lead until the late going in the fourth quarter. And a big 3 by Damon Tamayo seals the deal, a 44-38 the final in Tulare County. Coalinga improves to 4-1 overall on the season, and Strathmore falls to 2-5. Hope you can stay tuned for the Horned Toad postgame show that's coming up right after the break. Coalinga survives on the road in beautiful Tulare County. Once again, 44-38 the final. We'll be right back after this. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Lindsay Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Crazy one this evening on a chilly Saturday afternoon in Tulare County. Coalinga gets the job done. They come from behind and they take down Strathmore, a 44-38 victory in the San Joaquin Valley. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Welch, the Toad Streaming Network. Glad to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, wherever you may be tuning in, and welcome to the Horned Toad postgame show. Crazy game. I know Emily McFarland is probably taking a lot of deep breath. Probably the adrenaline level is up there right now. But how about these Toads? Trailing throughout the whole entire second half. A big 3 by Damon Tamayo and a couple of other big shots. And the Toads take the lead away. And they get the job done. 44-38 the final against Strathmore. Let's take a look at the highlights. And we got a chance to look at, hey, we actually had the huddle cam. As Emily McFarland is going to show us that half-court shot from Nehemiah Meha. It would have gone in, actually. But take a look. We don't have the replay monitor, but we get the iPhone. But look at that. How about the Toads? Nehemiah Meha from beyond half-court makes it. But it did not count. But take a look at the highlights from the whole entire game. Coalinga was trailing back and forth. Eddie Moreno connected for a 3, making it a 5-3 lead for Coalinga. And the Toads had a 6-0 run at the end of the first quarter, making it a 13-9 lead for the Toads. The start of the second quarter, it was a back-and-forth affair, and it was actually Strathmore leading by 7 at the break, 28-21. Now it gets interesting in the third quarter. Strathmore found a way to keep the offense moving, but the Toads go on an 8-0 run to close out the third quarter. 8-0 run to close out the third quarter. The pool within 2, 34-32. In the fourth quarter, then it gets very interesting. Devin Contreras ties it up with a big layup, making it all tied up at 34. And then a big 3 from Strathmore made it a 37-34 game. They answered back with a couple of free throws. Toads answered back. Damon Tamayo was trying to make threes, was hitting bricks, but he connected from 3 with this play. Actually, we don't have that play yet, but we have craziness here in Strathmore, and that was the go-ahead 3. Toads got the job done, and they got a couple of wins. They got a couple more points, I should say. A deuce there, and a couple of free throws from Devin Contreras to ice the game. 44-38 the final in Strathmore. Craziness in Tulare County. Think about this. Toads improved to 4-1 overall in the season. And they head into Tuesday night with a big matchup against Exeter. Exeter undefeated on this 2025-26 season. And Strathmore falls to 2-5. When we come right back after this, get a chance to talk with head coach Jason McFarland. Let's also pick our player of the game. How about this? We picked the team on Tuesday, the whole entire team, for a great win. Coalinga played some really good basketball on Tuesday night. They played some really good basketball today. But for me, the person I think that led the team through the whole entire rough seas and the rough waters, Damon Tamayo. How about Damon? I mean, he was could not hit the broadside of a barn in the third and fourth quarter, but he connected for 3 to get the job done, to have the go-ahead score, the go-ahead shot. And the Toads survive on the road in Tulare County. Horned Toads get the job done, 44-38 against Strathmore. When we come right back after this, we have that conversation with head coach Jason McFarland. Our post-game show continues once again. Coalinga gets the job done, 44-38 against Strathmore. That's head coach Eli Garver. Good seeing you there, Coach. We'll be right back after this. Horned Toad basketball on the Toad Streaming Network.
Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you with drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635. Hey, this is Brian Welch. Rad Studios is the place to help you have drone and real estate photography. Don't forget that Rad Studios has you covered with sports and senior portraits as well. Contact my friends Ryan and Dana Arguello at www.radstudiosvideography.com to make your dream a reality. Billingsley Tire Service is the place to go for tire alignment, oil changes, and tires. 3 locations to serve you in the Central Valley: Lemoore, Huron, and Coalinga. If you have a tire emergency, Billingsley Tire can come to the rescue 24/7. Call Pat Billingsley and the team at 559-935-1635.
Welcome back to the Horn Toad postgame show. 44-38 the final. Brian Welch back with you on the Toad Streaming Network. Let's pick our Horn Toad player of the game. We picked him earlier. Damon Tamayo joins us now. That great game-winning 3 right there. I know we were talking about this before we went to the locker room, Damon, that you were struggling to hit the 3 ball from beyond the arc, but you connected on that play. Take me through that shot.
I was off. Yeah, I was off the whole game, and I was like, I'm a shooter, so I was like, it's going to go down eventually, And I was like, all right. I felt good once I released it. Once I got it, I was like, all right, we're back in it. We're up by 1. Let's get a stop. But yeah, it was first half. I agree, I was awful from behind the arc, but that's why I started going in, trying to draw some fouls, drop it off to my teammates, get an easy bucket. So it worked out in the second half.
And especially the Toads trailed throughout the whole entire second half, but in that 3, that was your first lead the second half. How relieving was that?
Really, that was our first lead.
That was your first lead the second half.
Yeah, that felt good because there was 2 minutes left when we hit it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it felt good. Finally get the lead and finally want to play defense. We were playing defense all game, but when you're up playing defense, it's a whole different story. Instead of being down playing defense, you should be more hungry when you're down, but when you're up, I was like, we need to lock in on defense to get a stop.
And this team's going to be playing a lot of games next week. What's that mindset going into that next week?
Yeah, we do play a lot of games. I would say just one game at a time, you know what I mean?
That's right.
One game at a time, take it slow. Just stack the dubs, you know what I mean?
Want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out this guy right here, always.
Coach Jason McFarland?
Coming through. Yep.
Of course. Damon, congratulations on the victory. Safe travels back to Coalinga. We'll see you next week, all right?
Thank you.
That's our player of the game, Damon Tamayo, with a game-winning 3 in the second half. Horned Toads win 44-38 against Strathmore. A very good barometer test for Coalinga. Head coach Jason McFarland joins us now on the Horned Toad postgame show. He's putting on the headset. Coach, congratulations. I mean, that was all right, is your heart rate going down right now?
Let me check my Fitbit.
What is it at, Coach?
119, so no, I guess not.
A lot of craziness. You trailed by 7 going into the break. You did not have the lead until that big 3 from Damon Tamayo, but your team still had grit and tenacity in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, I remember once that Coach Arcee, who used to coach at West Hills, and he was always saying that, we're always good for a McFarland late run, and I don't know why it is, but my guys, we don't quit, and we're going to find a way. And tonight it was ugly for most of the game. I think we played hard, but we didn't execute a lot of things that we wanted to see on offense. And defensively, I thought we played pretty well. Had a couple breakdowns on the defensive boards, but other than that, I thought we played pretty well.
Devin Contreras kind of had a big standout game. Like when you needed a shot or needed a foul, he was able to find ways to get the job done. What did you like about Devin's play today?
Devin's just solid when he plays at his speed. He's really a guard in a big man's body, so we really try to use him that way. When he plays at his own pace, he's really somebody we can play through. Like, he really can take some pressure off of the guards and stuff. So, yeah, he's huge, and he's very skilled. So, like, when he gets the ball, we know he can put it in the hole and he can put it on the deck. He can do a lot of things at that position.
Coach, 3 games this week. You go 3-0. Big test next time out against Exeter, a team that's undefeated in the section, probably one of the best teams in D5 and D4. I know that it was a big win tonight. What do you want to see from your program on Tuesday?
Just continue to keep the fight up. We messed up on some of our executions in our defense today in terms of what we were trying to get done. We're going to have to be cleaner against that team. They beat this team by, I think, 20 or something like that. So they're definitely going to be a tougher opponent. We got them at home. Got to protect our home court. But most importantly, keep getting better. We're by no means a finished product. We're far from it. Every game we got to look to get better. So, I mean, that's the goal, is to get better on Tuesday, clean up some of the things that we're doing wrong. But, you know, we'll be all right. I know my guys are coming to fight.
And especially you have the Exeter game, then you have the Corcoran tournament. A lot of basketball in a short amount of time. What's that message to your team about staying hydrated and eating right?
It's all about, that was part of the post-game talk was, guys, you guys got to tax your body this week like crazy. So what you do to it when you're not on the court is the most important part. Recovery, eating, drinking right, sleeping right, doing all those things that makes you able to perform when the lights are on. So we're talking to them about that for sure.
And I know that's going to be a big game on Tuesday night against Exeter. You want to say anything to the Toad Pride fans?
Come out and support the Toads. They're fun to watch, as you can see. Hopefully you guys got to see it tonight or today. We don't quit, so nobody better leave early. I'll tell you that much. We're not going to quit. So it's a fight until the end.
Well, I did promise to give you the score of the UCLA game because you're a big UCLA fan. I think you might be smiling. 44-31 UCLA at the break at Pauley.
That's pretty darn good. We'll take that for now. Hopefully they can pull it out.
Of course. Coach, congratulations on the victory. Safe travels back to Coalinga, and we'll see you on Tuesday night.
Hey, you're awesome, Brian. Thank you for everything.
Yes, sir. That's head coach Jason McFarland on the Horn Toad postgame show. Coalinga gets the job done 44-38 against Strathmore. Our next broadcast on the Toad Streaming Network will be on Monday evening. The girls basketball team taking on Templeton, and the boys back in action on Tuesday evening. And that's going to be a big matchup against Strathmore. That's to be a 6:30 tip-off pregame show. Hit the airwaves at 6:20. A lot of fun today in Tulare County. Special thanks to the athletic department of Strathmore High School for allowing us to do the broadcast, and especially head coach Eli Garver, good friend of the Toad Streaming Network, for allowing me to do the broadcast today. For everyone here has put this broadcast together, from the principal of Coalinga High School, Sheila Diaz, athletic director of Coalinga High School, the former Beaver of Oregon State, Mike Jaycott, Brian Wotes saying goodbye. Have a good evening. Repeating the final score from Tulare County. It's Coalinga coming back to beat the Spartans of Strathmore 44-38. On this Saturday afternoon. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Horn Toad Basketball on the Toad Streaming Network. So long from Strathmore.